with you guys. Y'all, we do not own rights to this music. It's the OJ's playing in the background, but of course you're not probably gonna hear it because it's instrumental.
But it's one of their most infamous songs, Backstabbers. But we're playing this because it goes along with what we're going to be dealing with on this evening. Talking about Judas, but also too, on the other side of that, it's dealing with Judas and what he's trying to bring into your
cousin.
What he's trying to bring into your
Pops.
garden.
Okay, I'm sorry for over talking. So we back, y'all, because we back on our regular night as planned. We've had a lot of different things come up, and we had to rearrange our schedule for children. Anybody with children know sometimes we have to redo things for children.
Yes.
Well, we're back on Tuesdays now, 7 p.m. We are.
Yeah, I'm about to say we gotta
get ourselves. This is.
You are.
I'm Juanita Allen.
I'm Jason Allen.
And this is 101
Marriage Talk with the Allens.
See, I was doing good for a few weeks in a row, y'all. Now I done messed up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You gotta get back into the swing of things.
Okay, so now that we are here and everybody is well, and yeah, honey was not feeling so well last week, you guys. And then, it's just been a lot of stuff. But we here today. And we got some juicy stuff to talk about. Hey. We are going to be talking about... Go ahead and tell them the title, honey.
We're going to be talking about Judas on this evening. But more so talking about Judas as far as with what Judas is trying to bring into your garden. So,
why don't you paraphrase that question that we titled the topic tonight? The title of the topic is, what is Judas trying to bring into your garden? Woo! Okay, so give a little background about who Judas is. Let's go on straight in and jump right on.
Oh yeah, it's some interesting stuff about Judas that is not even in the Bible that I was able to find out through some research. This dude.
Not this dude. Okay, so we ain't just dealing with the dude though. We're dealing with the spirit of the dude, okay?
Yes.
And how it can affect your marriage. We will talk about because the last time we had conversation, we were talking about friends and how you can allow friends to interfere sometime in your marital relations. For people who are young in marriage and trying to grow their marriage, sometimes we allow too many people in too early, and it can be very dangerous for your relationship and how it ends or how it flows, because everybody ain't always there for you. So yeah, this is still the 100 show that we talk about, so we're gonna be keeping it real, because sometimes things sneak in to the garden and distract you, or they choking you out, or they parasitical and they're feasting on the fruit of what God is trying to do in your life. So that can be a hindrance as well. So that's where we are tonight, okay guys? And I'm gonna let Jay talk. I interject, of course, sometimes.
Of course.
And we're gonna let him start this up, because it was the Lord gave this one to him, about the Judases in your life, and why was he necessary in the life of Jesus. So we always want to throw him out, but
not only that, why Judas is necessary in your life. Well, you need to learn from Judas being there.
Okay. Now, so go ahead. Tell us about Judas. This, besides saying this dude was something else. Say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Judas, his full name was Judas Iscariot. And in that, there's dual meanings in his name. And through research I was able to find out, Judas itself means praised. But Judas Iscariot means God is praised. But on the flip side of that, it also means praised traitor.
Wow. When he told me that, I was like, what? Praise traitor?
But really, if you look at the personality of Judas and how he acted, even within the 12 disciples, he had a dual personality.
And my question to him was like, okay, we talked about friends. Now you're talking about Judas. How does this apply to marriage? Because this is a marriage talk show. So he's going to give a little background of how this can apply after he's done talking. Because I just kind of want to give the background and the build up while he's talking. So go ahead, keep talking, baby. Okay.
So to give you a little bit of background on who Judas was, he was the treasurer of the disciples.
His hands was in the money.
His hands was in the money.
In the money. Jesus picked him, y'all.
Specifically to hold the money.
Jesus picked him. So, okay, so was he just holding the money, or was he a tax collector? Wasn't he a tax collector? Didn't you tell me that? I don't know that I read that, but
through my research, I never found that he was a tax collector.
He just was over the money.
He was over the money.
Okay. He would be the deacon of the 12 disciples.
Right.
The deacons of the 12 disciples.
He was putting himself in the place of being the deacon of the 12 disciples.
Oh, yeah. But I also read he helped himself to that money when he wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he was stealing a little something. Okay, let's finish.
That's because one of his major downfalls was his greed.
All right, keep telling us a little bit about Judas.
So, like I said, one of his major downfalls was greed. Also, too, because of the character of Judas, he wanted to take the place of Jesus. He was literally there. What he was doing, he was watching Jesus. He was watching how Jesus worked. He was watching how Jesus did things, how he healed people, how he would preach to people.
Yeah.
And he thought that he was going to be able to do that for his own self, for his own personal gain and greed.
He thought that he would be able to, if Jesus, he was trying to be, he attached himself to Jesus for the benefits of being attached to Jesus, because Jesus was drawing the crowds and he was drawing the people, and people were at him, and once they knew that he could be, they could be healed and delivered and set free, here come Judas. He's like, yeah. So that means Judas might attach himself to you for what he may benefit from being attached to your life. Whoop, watch out, that's another one. So he want to be in the money. He might take a little bit from you too, because Judas was stealing on the slide. You know, he was. Well, you know, they called that the community pot for the disciples, and so because it was the community pot and he was in charge of it, how did they know if he was stealing a little bit for himself? I don't know. But, you know, them disciples gave Jesus.
But Jesus knew.
Yeah, Jesus knew. Of course he knew.
Well, Jesus knew because he was in constant communication with the Father.
With the Father. But what I'm saying is the other people might not have known. Yeah. Did you think Jesus pointed out every single time he done something like that? No. I don't know. I know he didn't.
Because he never pointed out every single thing that the other disciples did.
Right. But, you know, when they would be bickering and fighting, he'd be like, come on, y'all. Have I not been with y'all long enough? He's like, okay, so he was married to his job. So his job was to be born and get to the cross for the people, so that we could have our salvation. That was his job. In the midst of this job, he was married to this thing. And all along the way, meeting people,
Pop said he stole from the treasury. Yes, he did.
He did. The treasury bag. He was dipping and slipping. I don't know what he was dipping and going to get, but I know that he enjoyed the all of the people that were surrounding Jesus. He thought he was going to get an up in the new kingdom, because you got to remember, y'all, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they had this idea that there was going to be a new kingdom being built. And because they thought of the new kingdom, they knew God was supposed to be sending a Savior. They had no idea the Savior was already amongst them. So here they are, when they realized all the things that Jesus was doing. You know, there was some people that knew, but then there was a lot of witchcraft too. So it was a lot of people still trying to fake and shake like Jesus too, y'all. Saying that they was him. Well, Judas kind of understood that he needed to be attached to that was going to be of the next kingdom. Right, y'all? So, yeah. Go ahead. What you guys say?
That, but also too, see, because Judas had a dual personality. He knew how to act in front of Jesus.
He was bipolar?
Thinking that he was going to fool Jesus. But on the other hand, trying to fulfill his own personal motives.
You can't trick the Lord. You can't trick the Lord. People, you can't trick the Lord. He sees your heart. He knows you from the inside out.
But this also goes to you have to check the people that you actually have in your life. So who's smiling in your face, but it's trying to
all the time they're trying to take your place,
trying to tear you from the back end.
All the time, take your place, backstabbers. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to get that in because they didn't play the words. I didn't want just the music. I wanted the words, y'all, because this is a serious topic here. Okay.
We're going to go to John 6:70, and that states, well, this is talking about when.
Can somebody type that up, please? John 6:7.
6:70.
6:70. Sorry.
This is when Jesus is dealing with the disciples, but 70 specifically talks about Jesus and him literally knowing that he knows there's an evil one amongst them. So then Jesus said, I chose the 12 of you, but one of